Most people think palmistry is just another superstition, something old grandmothers whisper about, or something only fortune tellers use to trick the gullible. But what if I told you there's more truth to it than most are ready to admit? What if a simple marking on your palm could predict your future, your hidden abilities, and even the dangers that lie ahead? Two of the most mysterious and powerful symbols found in palmistry are the half-moon shape, also known as the lunula, and the capital letter M, formed by intersecting lines on your dominant hand. While they might look innocent or even beautiful, these symbols carry energy that could either bless you with rare talents or bring intense emotional and spiritual challenges, especially if you are not prepared for what they really mean. Ancient traditions from India, China, and even early Christian mysticism believed that markings on the palm were not just lines, but messages from the universe or spiritual realm. They can reveal truths about your life path, your mental strength, your emotional struggles, and your fate. And among all these symbols, the M and the half moon are two of the most dangerously misunderstood signs, because they do not only tell your story, they change it. This video is not just about palm reading. It is about unlocking a secret code that lives within you. If you have either of these symbols, or know someone who does, what you are about to hear might shock you, empower you, or warn you about things you never imagined were possible. Stay with me until the end, because we are going deep into mystery, danger, and destiny. And trust me, if you're seeing these signs on your palm, your life is not ordinary. And it's time you found out why. 1. The mysterious M shape. Look closely at your palm. Do the major lines, the heart line, head line, and lifeline, intersect in a way that forms the shape of a capital letter M? If they do, then your hand carries one of the most mysterious and powerful symbols in palmistry. This isn't just a coincidence of lines. It's a spiritual and psychological signature. And those who have it are said to possess unique inner strength, but also face some very real dangers. In traditional palmistry, the M shape is often considered a sign of great potential, especially in people who are natural leaders, truth seekers, or deeply intuitive. These individuals often see through lies quickly, sense manipulation, and carry an inner compass that always points to truth, whether they like it or not. But that comes with a price. People with the M are often highly sensitive to energy and are magnetically attractive to both good and bad influences. You might notice that strangers feel drawn to you, or that people either open up to you instantly, or act strangely defensive. That's because the M grants a kind of spiritual intensity, a vibration that others feel even before you speak. But here's the dangerous side. Because you can sense deception and carry strong personal boundaries, you might unintentionally provoke jealousy, fear, or even hostility from others, especially manipulative types. They see your intuition as a threat. This mark also indicates someone who can bring about major life changes, not only for themselves but for others. You might find that when you enter people's lives, things shift quickly, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. This is not just a symbol of greatness, it is a warning, because people with an M on their palm often carry a heavy spiritual responsibility. You are meant to lead, to protect, to uncover the truth. But if you misuse your gifts or ignore them completely, the energy can turn dark. You might attract the wrong relationships, miss your purpose, or feel lost in cycles of emotional pain. So, if you have the M, be aware. You're not just marked, you're chosen. What you do with that power determines whether it becomes your blessing or your curse. 2. The half moon's hidden power. Now, shift your attention to the base of your fingernails, especially the thumbs. Do you see a white half-moon shape there? That crescent is known as the lunula, and it's far more than just a quirk of your body. In fact, this tiny half-moon has been studied for centuries by palmists, spiritual healers, and even doctors. And it has been linked to everything from energy levels to psychic awareness, and even emotional instability if left unbalanced. The lunula is believed to be a symbol of the moon's energy within your body. In spiritual traditions like Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, the moon is tied to calmness, intuition, feminine energy, and the unconscious mind. Having a visible lunula, especially on the thumbs and other fingers, suggests that you have a powerful energetic flow in your system. It can mean high vitality, mental clarity, and an ability to tap into realms that others ignore, dreams, gut feelings, and moments of spontaneous insight. But here's the chilling part. If your lunulas are too big, it can be a sign that you are carrying too much energy, which may lead to anxiety, stress, or even spiritual overload. People like this are often open channels, and if they don't ground themselves, they may begin to experience things like psychic burnout, extreme mood swings, or feelings of being watched or followed, even when alone. On the other hand, no lunula at all can be equally alarming. It might indicate a lack of energetic protection, making you more vulnerable to emotional manipulation or energy vampires, people who seem to drain your soul the moment you talk to them. But here's the deeper mystery. If you have visible half-moons only on some fingers, or if they suddenly disappear or grow, your body may be responding to major energetic shifts. This could be triggered by emotional trauma, spiritual awakening, or even unseen forces influencing your aura. In ancient cultures, those with prominent lunulas were often seen as chosen by the moon, marked for heightened awareness, healing powers, or spiritual sensitivity. But these gifts often come with dangerous downsides: sleepless nights, deep empathy that attracts toxic people, or prophetic dreams that reveal things you're not ready to know. So, if you carry the half moon in your hands, protect your energy. You are open to higher forces, both light and dark. How you use that access will shape your emotional, spiritual, and even physical destiny. 3. You might be spiritually gifted. If you have either the M symbol or a visible half moon on your palm, here's something that might send shivers down your spine. You could be spiritually gifted, whether you realize it or not. Throughout history, people with distinct markings on their hands have often been connected to prophets, seers, mystics, and healers. These signs are not random. They are believed to be spiritual imprints, coded into your being before birth, revealing that you carry an unseen ability to connect with energies, truths, and realms beyond the physical world. Let's talk about what this means in real life. Do you often feel things before they happen? Can you tell when someone is lying, even if they smile? Have you ever had dreams that came true? Or emotions that were not yours, but felt so real? These are not coincidences. They are markers of a spiritually tuned individual. People with these signs often report having powerful intuition, but that comes at a cost. You might be sensitive to places, people, or atmospheres. Entering a room can feel overwhelming. Crowded environments might drain you. You may even find that animals and children react strongly to you, either becoming instantly drawn to you or oddly shy. That's because your energy field is different. It's stronger, and that's no accident. Here's the danger. Many spiritually gifted people live in denial of their abilities, often brushing off their intuition as imagination. But ignoring your gift doesn't make it go away. It causes inner conflict, emotional imbalances, and confusion. You might feel lost, misunderstood, or anxious without knowing why. There's also the risk of spiritual manipulation. Because of your sensitivity, you are more vulnerable to energy drainers, narcissists, users, or entities that thrive on your light. If you don't protect yourself through grounding practices, spiritual hygiene, and strong boundaries, your gift can become a burden instead of a blessing. But when embraced, these abilities open powerful doors. You might become a healer, a counselor, a guide, or someone who effortlessly transforms others through presence alone. Your words carry energy. Your silence speaks volumes. You are not just a person. You are a conduit, a bridge between the seen and unseen. So if the signs are in your palm, understand this. You are not ordinary. You are chosen to see what others miss. But it's up to you to awaken or sleepwalk through the life you were meant to change. 4. Warning. Psychic attacks are real. If you have a visible half moon or the letter M on your palm, you may unknowingly be a target for psychic attacks. And no, this isn't science fiction or a horror movie script. Psychic attacks are real, and they happen more often than people want to admit, especially to those who carry a heightened spiritual frequency. Here's how it works. The universe is filled with energy, both positive and negative. People who are spiritually open or energetically sensitive can absorb that energy like a sponge. And while that might sound like a gift, it also makes you highly susceptible to invisible harm from jealous people, emotional vampires, and even individuals who knowingly or unknowingly send toxic energy your way. If you have these marks, it means you likely stand out. Your presence is magnetic, your intuition is sharp, and your aura is powerful. But with that comes envy, misunderstanding, and sometimes spiritual sabotage. Have you ever felt drained after talking to someone for just a few minutes? Or had a string of bad luck right after falling out with a friend or romantic partner? That's not just a coincidence. That could be a psychic attack. The most dangerous part? Psychic attacks often don't show up in obvious ways. Instead, you feel emotionally unstable, anxious, easily triggered, or unusually tired for no reason. Your sleep may become disturbed. You might start doubting your own abilities, or feel like something dark is following you, and yet you can't explain it. And here's the twist. Not all psychic attacks come from people you dislike. Sometimes they come from those closest to you, lovers, friends, or family members, who unconsciously project fear, envy, or control onto you. Their negative thoughts latch onto your energy field, like parasites. Why? Because your light exposes their shadows. So what can you do? First, awareness is your shield. Understand that if you have these marks, you must take spiritual protection seriously. Grounding techniques like walking barefoot on grass, taking salt baths, burning sage or palo santo, or simply praying with deep intention can create a protective barrier. Second, cut ties with toxic relationships. The longer you allow someone access to your energy, the more open you become to their intentions, whether good or bad. Third, speak affirmations of light and strength daily. Protect your thoughts, set boundaries. Know that you have the power to reverse spiritual attacks, but only when you take your role seriously. You were born with this spiritual code for a reason. Do not waste it. And more importantly, do not ignore the invisible dangers that come with it. 5. Attracting unwanted attention. If you have either a half moon, lunula, or the letter M etched into your palm, you may have already noticed something strange. People are drawn to you, sometimes in beautiful ways, but other times in ways that feel uncomfortable, even disturbing. This is not in your head. These markings represent high vibrational energy, and people, whether they know it or not, are magnetically pulled towards strong energy fields. You might be the person strangers always talk to in public, or maybe people confide in you after knowing you for 5 minutes. This could be seen as a gift until it turns dark. The truth is, not everyone who's attracted to your energy comes with good intentions. You might attract jealousy, envy, obsession, or even unhealthy attachment. Why? Because the energy you carry is rare, and people who don't understand it will either want to consume it or destroy it. This explains why you may have dealt with toxic relationships, clingy friends, or individuals who try to control or manipulate you. It is not that you're weak. It is that your light threatens their darkness. Even romantically, this energy can be a double-edged sword. You may find yourself constantly attracting emotionally intense people, people with deep wounds, or people who try to possess you instead of love you. Your natural healing energy can make people feel seen, safe, and alive, something many have never felt before. But when they confuse your energy with personal salvation, they become obsessed, and obsession is dangerous. This also explains why you may have had to cut off people who seemed good at first, or why old friendships suddenly turned cold or bitter. Your evolving energy naturally exposes the hidden intentions of others. As you rise, others will either grow with you or resent you. This is why spiritual and emotional boundaries are not optional for you. They are essential for your protection. Learn to read the energy of others. Pay attention to how your body reacts when someone enters the room. Does your heart race? Do you suddenly feel drained or irritated? That's not paranoia. That's energetic intelligence. Your inner alarm system warning you of incoming danger. The M and lunula on your palm are not just spiritual decorations. They are spiritual signals that your life will attract both light and shadow. The more you shine, the more others will notice. And not everyone claps when you win. Be wise, be watchful, and most importantly, guard your energy like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it truly does. 6. The curse of premonitions. Have you ever sensed that something bad was going to happen, and then it did? Maybe you had a dream that later came true, or you suddenly felt uneasy for no reason, only to find out a loved one was in danger. If you have a half moon, or the M marking on your palm, this is not a coincidence. You may carry the gift and the curse of premonitions. People with these palm signs are often tapped into subtle energy shifts that most others miss. Their subconscious is highly active even when they sleep. Their dreams are not always dreams. They're messages, warnings, or downloads from a higher realm. This gift can be fascinating, but it can also be deeply unsettling. Imagine always sensing when something is wrong, even when no one else notices. Imagine dreaming about an accident, a betrayal, or a death, and then watching it unfold days or weeks later. It's not just emotionally draining. It can feel like a heavy spiritual burden. And for many, it creates deep anxiety, especially if they don't know how to control or understand it. The curse of premonitions isn't just about what you see. It's about what you feel helpless to stop. You might try warning people, only to be dismissed or laughed at. You might keep it to yourself, only to live with guilt when your intuition proves right. Over time, this can create a psychological wall, a desire to block your own visions, just to find peace. What makes this dangerous is that when you suppress this gift, it doesn't go away. It can manifest in physical symptoms: headaches, chest pressure, fatigue, or emotional outbursts. It's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with your bare hands. But here's the truth. This gift, though difficult, is also powerful. It's a sign that your spirit is connected to a higher dimension. You have the potential to protect, guide, and warn others, but only if you learn to honor the messages instead of fearing them. To do that, you must develop spiritual practices, journaling your dreams, meditating daily, learning the difference between fear and intuition. You must also know your limits. You are not meant to carry the world's weight. You are a messenger, not a martyr. Having premonitions is not a curse if you learn to respect the vision and protect the vessel, which is you. 7. Financial instability signs. This one might surprise you, but yes, the markings on your palm, especially the half moon and the M, can also signal deep and recurring patterns of financial instability. Not because you are destined to be poor, but because your energy is often too spiritually focused and emotionally charged to handle the material world without extra discipline. Let's break this down. People with an M or lunula are big picture thinkers. You likely have strong intuition, creative talents, and the ability to dream beyond limits. That sounds great, but the danger is this. Your mind often lives in the future, in potential, in visions. And unless you're grounded, you may ignore or avoid the practical steps needed to create real-world security. You may find yourself going through cycles, one moment of abundance, followed by sudden financial crashes. Or you might attract money quickly, but lose it just as fast. This pattern is common among spiritually sensitive individuals, especially empaths and visionaries. Why? Because they sometimes confuse energy with effort. They feel deeply, but act inconsistently. Even worse, you might attract people who see your energy and try to leech off your finances. You give money out of compassion. You support others emotionally, and they manipulate that kindness into financial dependency. Before you know it, you're not only spiritually drained, but broke and full of regret. Another reason for financial turbulence is undervaluing yourself. People with strong intuitive gifts often struggle to demand what they're worth. You may second-guess your prices, your salary, or hesitate to ask for a raise. This inner hesitation stems from not fully owning your value in the physical world. Here's the harsh truth. If you don't respect money, money won't respect you. And no spiritual gift can protect you from the consequences of poor financial boundaries. But here's the flip side. Your markings also suggest incredible wealth potential. Once you get serious about discipline, money management, and value alignment, you can manifest abundance that's not just temporary, but long-lasting. Your creativity and intuition can help you spot business opportunities before others see them. You can use your emotional intelligence to understand markets, trends, and people's needs, and create income from that insight. The key is balance. Don't live only in the spiritual world. Anchor yourself in systems, savings, budgeting, and smart decisions. Respect money as a tool, not a god. And don't let others make you feel guilty for wanting financial freedom. Because here's the truth. Your gifts are meant to be shared, but you cannot pour from an empty cup or an empty wallet. 8. Emotional turmoil and mood swings. If you have a half moon or an M on your palm, your emotions likely run deeper than most people can comprehend. You do not just feel, you absorb. You don't just react. You reflect, internalize, and carry the emotional baggage of those around you. This sensitivity is often mistaken for being moody, unstable, or overly emotional. But in truth, it's a side effect of your energetic openness. This is the hidden cost of spiritual sensitivity. You feel everything more intensely, the good, the bad, and the deeply disturbing. One moment you're filled with peace, and the next, a single negative comment can send you spiraling into overthinking or sadness. Others may call it dramatic, but what they do not realize is that your nervous system is wired to feel beyond the surface. People with these palm signs are often empaths, and empaths are known to mirror the emotions of others. If someone in the room is anxious, you might suddenly feel on edge. If someone is heartbroken, you might carry that grief as if it were your own. Over time, this emotional weight leads to internal chaos. What's dangerous is when you do not understand this pattern. You start blaming yourself for being too much. You suppress your feelings. You put on a smile when you're actually breaking inside. And slowly, that emotional pressure builds into unpredictable mood swings, explosive reactions, or complete emotional shutdowns. Even worse, many people with these signs fall into toxic relationships because their deep emotional sensitivity makes them targets for manipulators. Narcissists, for example, are naturally drawn to emotionally intelligent individuals because they know you will understand them, tolerate their moods, and try to heal their wounds. But this comes at a huge cost to your own mental health. And yet, this sensitivity can also be your greatest strength. When harnessed properly, you have the power to heal, inspire, and transform others emotionally. You pick up what others miss. You feel when someone is lying. You know when someone is suffering, even when they hide it. Your ability to connect emotionally is almost supernatural. But emotional intelligence without emotional boundaries is a recipe for breakdown. Here's what you must do. Practice emotional separation. Learn to ask, is this emotion mine, or did I absorb it? Use journaling to release feelings that do not belong to you. Take solitude seriously. Silence helps you recharge. Most importantly, stop apologizing for feeling deeply. Your emotions are not weaknesses. They are spiritual tools. The M and the lunula are signs that you have been given a rare emotional compass. But just like any powerful tool, it must be used wisely, or it can turn against you. 9. Unusual dreams and sleep disturbances. One of the most common yet misunderstood experiences of people who have a half moon or an M on their palm is unusual dreams and sleep disturbances. These aren't your everyday dreams about running late or forgetting an exam. No, these dreams often feel vivid, prophetic, or even terrifying, and they can leave you waking up tired, anxious, or emotionally drained. Because your palm's markings suggest strong spiritual sensitivity, your subconscious mind is far more active during sleep than the average person's. Your dreams might include symbolic imagery, strange visitors, or intense emotional scenes that don't seem to connect to your daily life, but carry important messages. Sometimes, you might even experience lucid dreams or moments of awareness during sleep, where you feel like you're navigating otherworldly realms. Unfortunately, this heightened dream activity often comes with sleep disturbances. You might find yourself struggling with insomnia, waking up at the same time every night, or feeling like you're being watched or even haunted. Nightmares can be frequent and intense, causing stress that spills into your waking hours. Sleep is supposed to be a refuge, a time to heal and reset. But for spiritually sensitive people, it can feel like a battlefield. This is dangerous because chronic lack of quality sleep affects everything: your emotional health, your physical well-being, your focus, and your ability to protect your energy during the day. Why does this happen? It's because your energy field is more porous during the night, and you're vulnerable to both your own subconscious fears and external energies. If you have unresolved trauma or anxiety, your dreams may amplify them. If your energetic defenses are low, you may attract negative spiritual influences while you sleep. But there's hope. By practicing grounding and protection rituals before bedtime, you can create a safe space for rest. Simple things like smudging your room, placing protective crystals nearby, using meditation or deep breathing, and setting intentions for peaceful sleep can drastically improve your nighttime experience. Also, keeping a dream journal helps you process the messages your subconscious sends. Writing down your dreams can reveal patterns, hidden fears, or even guide you towards solutions for waking life problems. So, if you experience strange dreams or restless nights and have these palm markings, know this: your sleep challenges are not random. They are signals. Listen, protect, and heal, because your rest is sacred, and it fuels the power your palm holds. 10. Protection and what you must do. If you have the half moon or the M on your palm, one message is clear: you must take protection seriously. These markings are spiritual keys, but they also come with risks, from emotional overwhelm, psychic attacks, to unwanted attention. The good news? You are not powerless. First, grounding is your foundation. Grounding means connecting your energy to the earth to stabilize and balance your sensitive spirit. Simple practices like walking barefoot on grass or soil, sitting outside with your feet touching the ground, or visualizing roots growing from your feet deep into the earth can pull you back from overwhelm and keep negative energies at bay. Second, develop a daily protection ritual. This might include burning sage, palo santo, or incense to clear your space, surrounding yourself with protective crystals like black tourmaline or amethyst, or praying with intent. Say aloud affirmations such as, "I am protected by light and love," or "Only positive energy surrounds me." Third, practice energetic hygiene, meaning regularly cleanse your aura and remove energies that do not belong to you. This can be done by visualizing a white or golden light washing over you, or by taking salt baths to absorb and release negativity. Fourth, learn to set firm boundaries in relationships. Spiritual sensitivity often attracts energy drainers, narcissists, and manipulators. It's okay and necessary to say no, to distance yourself, or cut ties with toxic people. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's survival. Fifth, nurture your emotional health. Meditation, journaling, therapy, or simply carving time for yourself helps you process emotions before they overwhelm you. Lastly, trust your intuition. Your palm's markings indicate a strong internal compass. Listen closely to that inner voice, especially when it warns you about people or situations. Ignoring these steps is dangerous. Without protection, your spiritual gifts can turn into sources of pain, confusion, or even harm. But when you embrace these practices, you not only defend yourself, you amplify your power. You step into the life you were meant to live, aware, strong, and unstoppable. Your palm holds a dangerous secret, but it is also your greatest ally. Use it wisely. Having a half moon or an M on your palm is far more than just a curious detail. It is a powerful spiritual signature that marks you as someone rare and uniquely gifted. These signs come with extraordinary intuition, emotional depth, and the ability to sense hidden truths. But they also bring serious challenges: psychic attacks, emotional turmoil, financial instability, and even the burden of premonitions. Ignoring these signs or misunderstanding them can lead to confusion, pain, and lost opportunities. The key to living well with these markings is awareness and protection. Ground yourself, set firm boundaries, practice energetic hygiene, and never dismiss your intuition. Your sensitivity is a strength, not a weakness, but it requires respect and care. Remember, your palm is like a map of your soul's journey. The half moon and the M are signposts pointing you toward your destiny. You are not ordinary, and your life path will never be ordinary either. Embrace your gifts, protect your energy, and walk boldly into your unique future. If you recognize these signs on your palm, you have been given a rare message. Listen to it carefully, because your journey is just beginning, and it promises to be both dangerous and extraordinary.